Boy, might as well go live now, innit? I'm not waiting another 6 minutes. That's long, but big up to everyone that's actually in here. You know, I'm going to do a little bit of a preview to see if United can actually scrape a result against West Ham. You know, if there's going to be a W or not, if there's going to be a draw or not. Talk about these rumours that's surrounding Zirkzee, all that crap. You know, big up to everyone that's actually followed through, and I appreciate all of you as well. I've got not that long to get monetized. I can now do super chats. I can now do memberships and all of that yada yada yada. But big up if you come from Rance's channel. So yeah, man, big up to anyone that wants to subscribe as well. So big up to everyone that's here. Noah as well. Noah, you found my channel finally. It's about time. In a minute. Ranch Raid, Midoriya as well. Day 29382 of Survive and 10 Haram. Maboe TV as well. Big up, man. And then Paddy B as well. But yeah, this is the United heavily based channel. So I'll be doing little bits and bobs of my reviews, my takes on all this situation, man. But it's already come out from earlier from Zirkzee. Because if you know what's the maddest part is, only United can get linked, yeah, with only United could buy a player and then get linked, and then he gets linked away from the club. Do you know what I mean? Only United, even though we just bought him for 35 million. It's mental, isn't it? I got my first super chat. That's my first ever personal super chat, you know. I big up yourself, man. Any support is blessed. Like, it's up to you, like, if you want a membership as well, a little shameless plug in it. You can be a Castlighter, you can be a copycast, or you can actually be I keep forgetting the last one, an OnlyCast, like OnlyFans, you know what I'm saying? So big up to your souls if you're running that up, man. And I appreciate that, Midoriya, as well. I want to know what some of you lot are thinking. This is more of a chat where I want to get you guys involved as well. For anyone that does come along and finds the channel, I do this by myself and it'll only be by myself. So I'll kind of interact with the chat a little bit more. So do get involved. Do give me your thoughts. Let me know what you feel in the situations. How do you feel about West Ham as well? How do you feel about Zirkzee? Do you blame him? Or which players are you looking at thinking you need to go? Aaron Zay says, Eric out, I can't sleep. You're losing sleep, yeah? Nice. Paddy B says, non-United talk, but CKs are from Liverpool is linked away to Italy already. I saw that as well. That's crazy. I don't believe it, though. But United's one, they actually thought it was concrete. Yesterday was criminal, no matter how you slice it and dice it. It's mad because every single it's crazy because you'd think we'd lost, innit? The 3 draws that United have suffered with Twente, who was the last one? Porto. Not Porto as much, but the manner of how we drew that game. And then, of course, yesterday with Fenerbahce, it feels more like a loss. And when we draw, it's not like it's a draw where it's a hard-fought game. It's Pete and Tong. Both teams are absolutely incredible. And you come out with a draw and not the result. It's the performance with it, which is just every time you get that little bit of confidence with United, building off of Brentford, building off some sort of confidence and whatnot. It's never, ever consistent, ever. And it's a joke. And the maddest thing is, he would come out and probably say, we haven't lost in like the last 3-4 games. Like, yeah, we haven't lost in 3-4 games. We've won our last 3-4 games. Who did we draw to? Villa. We drew to Porto. Won against Brentford and drew against Fenerbahce. This is how shameless this guy can really, really get. And this is Europa League. It's not even the Champions League. And it's like this. I feel like our level's not even Europa League at this point. It feels like it's Europa Conference. And we'll probably struggle with that. Yeah, man's right in a 10, yeah, man. But look, the Zirkzee rumours got put to bed finally. So it's about time that all that stuff does get put to bed. Because that's annoying. Someone that, you know, I can't believe United had to come out about those rumours, you know. We should never have needed to come out with those rumours whatsoever. Zirkzee was linked away with a move to Juventus. So this is before we get into the West Ham stuff, right? But I can't believe he's had to come out and we had to kind of squash the rumours from Fabrizio saying it was never even on the cards. United, same way with Højlund, are looking to develop him. But how are you going to develop him under this guy? Do you know what I mean? You made him starve yesterday. And now I can't believe we're in a world where we're thinking that a good footballer shouldn't really even be starting against West Ham. Like, Højlund looks better than him. I like Højlund, to be fair. He's not the worst player in the world whatsoever. He's got a bit of confidence about him at the moment. It's like he's learning at least. But Zirkzee's got no confidence at all. What do you mean what's wrong with you Conference League? Everything, what's wrong with that? This fraud manager has been backed the most out of all managers post 30, yet he smashed all the records in a bad way. Exactly. Exactly that. Let me get this. Let me quickly do this as well, because this is going to annoy me. Fred was playmaking from deep again, but I don't think Fred had a good game. I'm not really subscribing to him having a good game. Let me share this quickly. Give me a sec, you lot. Make sure you smash the likes as well, people. What's our target? Can we get to 100 likes by the end of the stream? And also, let me check this because I've got someone coming over. Give me a second, you lot. Sorry, this is probably quite unprofessional. But yeah, but if we're looking at towards this Zirkzee Rumours, would you guys persist with playing him against West Ham? Do you think we should play him through and get his confidence up slowly but surely? Or are you thinking like it doesn't matter which way? It doesn't matter which way you look at it. It doesn't matter who he deploys. We're probably going to lose because right now West Ham are probably one of the worst teams to play at the moment. Because if you really want a result, so we can go a certain way, they're not going to be the ones that puts the nail in the coffin. But this could be like an e-portfolio for why Ten Hag can't stay. No matter what the result is, win, loss, or draw, he's not going anywhere, right? But persistent with Zirkzee, he's going to have to be on Ten Hag. He's probably going to be forced to play Ahmad as well. And we'll look at it like that. I might even provide a little graphic of what I think is going to be the case and what I think should be done. I'll be doing that in future streams. I'll be featuring them off of OBS as well, so I can actually do the graphics a lot better and they look a lot more smooth. So I'm just looking at with the stand. Yeah, you're right. The standards are gone in the fan base at the moment, but I'm hoping you guys in the chats, the standards are not gone anywhere whatsoever. But for me, something's got to give at some point with him. Something's got to give with the fact that he ain't getting the best out of our new signings, bar Mazraoui, who's being played all sorts of games. Mazraoui was never meant to come in and be one of our starters. That's the main thing as well. You got to look at it like that. You know, but he's looking like he's definitely a competent player that deserves game time. He's a wicked player, right? Not getting the best out of the big money signings in terms of Agate. Doesn't even want to use him. Wants to use him as a bit part player. And Zirkzee, he's bought him. He's Dutch as well, bearing in mind. So there's no language barrier. And he's still persisting with Hoyland, obviously. And I don't know when you've got to fight for your players. You can't just play crap. But he's rewarding these players who are playing awfully at the moment with game time, you know? And this is what I look at where the club probably does intervene and say, you got to play Ahmad next game. He's got to get minutes. Because at this rate, don't get me wrong, we can extend his contract. It's an option for United to extend it. I think it's by 2 years even, right? And United's got to do that if they want to lose out some money. But you got to feel for the kid. The guy wants to play, and he's seen other players playing his position at the moment. And however you want to look at it against West Ham, even if it is a win, hopefully it does not matter because it's all about the manner they win in. And if United are to win against West Ham, I don't think the performance is going to be outrageously good. It's going to be one of those where you have limited chances. You have to be clinical in some situations. You know, we want an attacking, possessional type way of playing is not the way we're playing at the moment. We're playing back to, it's kind of like how we did 2 seasons ago, you know, where it was compact and relying on literally individual brilliance to getting up the field. Sometimes it looked good and sometimes it didn't. And at the moment, he's not really got his players to be doing that. And he hasn't bought the correct players to be doing that either. Man like Only Cass, big up to yourselves. It has been it will be a sloppy 2-1 United win. A guy had a decent game. I thought him, Ericsson, and Casemiro should have been a 3. It would have been a much more balanced. You saw what Ericsson was doing when he was going further forward. He had the game of his life. But yeah, his favoritism is killing us. You know, he's going to stick Bruno back in there. Bruno's fresh legs. He's probably going to stick Casemiro in there. But if he persists with Ericsson again, it's like he's just overusing him like he does with Kobe. I feel like he's going to drop Agate. No matter what he does, he's dropping Agate. I actually think we spank West Ham. I hope we spank West Ham. Because like I said, if this board is anything remotely decent, they would look at some of these performances. A bit like when Nagelsmann was at Bayern Munich. Even though he's winning, the performances, they were not up to scratch. And they didn't like it. They didn't favor it. They would get rid. Because really and truly, West Ham's not the test. Let me check Man United's fixtures after this, and we'll dive into the bit of the West Ham who should be starting as well. Yeah, because I'll keep forgetting who we got. We got Chelsea. It's going to be tough at our own ground, even though we do well against them. We said we do well against Liverpool and also Tottenham, and we both lost 3-0. We've got Leicester and then Ipswich Town away from home. Before he goes into the international break, though, it is just Leicester City. So Leicester City is the final game in the league, and we've also got them in a cup. Both of them are Old Trafford. And Leicester's not that bad. They're not that dusty. They provided some good away performances. If you look at it, whether it's Crystal Palace, even they do well. On what evidence do we spank West Ham? Because West Ham are that bad. West Ham are literally that bad. I've got to do this. 10. You know what's West Ham need points, but it's like their players are down tooling their manager. I don't look at these players and look like they're gonna down tool the manager whatsoever. They're not playing like, because Ineos, I think because Ineos are there and they're providing some difference behind the scenes, players and the culture, whatever key word you don't want to use, right? I think they're not doing the way they're doing a down tooling thing. If sometimes they might not be putting in 100%, but they're literally like they're giving some sorts of efforts, but the tactics and all that is just not working. I just don't see it where I just don't. But West Ham, the way they play is so much worse. Their midfield is like literally it's the Red Sea that got absolutely split open by Moses. Yeah, they are that open. It's worse than a red light district. It's worse than a brothel. Yeah, they are open. They are loose. Wan-Bissaka is one of their more attacking players, and they don't even have Kudus over on the left now, so they're going to have to use somebody else. I'm not too sure they'll use on the left wing. They tried to drop Paquetá a little bit deeper, but while they got that Rodriguez, I can't remember, Willem Rodriguez and whoever else it might be, Thomas Souček maybe, it's so open. But even with the teams that are so open and look like the easier fixture for United, we always seem to mess it up anyways. It's not like West Ham's been easy game, but they've been getting slapped by, who did they get slapped by? They got touched up by Liverpool, touched up by Chelsea. You know what? Let me have a little look at their fixtures even. West Ham. Let's see their recent fixtures. They just got slapped up by Tottenham 4-1. They slapped Ipswich 4-1, which is granted that was always going to happen. They drew against Brentford, slapped up by 5-1 by Liverpool, slapped up by Chelsea 3-0, drew against Fulham 1-0, got slapped up by Man City 3-1. So we're not going to, if we realistically think, they even lost to Aston Villa. So we're looking at it from a bit of a different view. Really and truly, Chelsea scoring 3 goals and also Man City scoring 3 goals against this team. The average is we're not even going to score more than a goal against these lot. If we want to beat West Ham, it's going to be a 1-0 win, not a 2-1. Maybe it might be a 2-1 or a 2-0, but we're not scoring max more than 2 goals in this game. They still got some decent defenders. The thing is, yeah, we'll never win the midfield battle, but their midfield is pretty much just as clueless as ours at the moment. It's stiff. It's very, very stiff. The fact that there's no Mohamed Kudus, right, is huge. It's huge. He's the one that usually provides the dagger, not Bowen. It's him. He would provide the dagger that we are, that pretty much that Ten Hag needs so he can leave. But I don't think so. Bowen as well, he's hot and cold this year. He's still good, got a good finish on him. But I don't look at defense as the problem. It's the attack. There's only so much the defense can hold out. It's not like they got a massive threat in the air. Like Antonio's good in the air, but De Ligt's better. Do you know what I mean? Antonio's strong and whatnot, but I don't think he causes much of an issue too tough in it. I don't think he's going to be the one that's going to cause us havoc. That's my issue when I look at this West Ham team. Who's going to be the one that provides havoc? It could be from a set piece, It could be Thomas Souček. Yeah, I would say Bowen's struggling a little bit, but it's like all our players are struggling at the moment. I want Ahmad to start on the right wing and Rashford on the left wing with Rasmus in the 9. I hear it. It's probably the best front three we can get. I've had enough of Garnacho. He's played a lot of minutes as well. His decision making is so bad. It's super, super bad. It's awful even. It's horrendous. Worse. And he's really not hitting form. Even though he's hitting goals, I don't think he's going to be the one that's going to cause Wan-Bissaka trouble. Wan-Bissaka is going to be up for this game. A bit like Fred and Amrabat. We have to look at it like in the eyes of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he's probably going to be more juiced up. But the only way we're going to kill him is through counter-attack because he goes further forward. And he's not a danger when he goes forward. We already know that with West Ham. They bought him and they made him an attacking fullback, which is interesting for me anyways. I don't know why you wouldn't use him more defensively, but that's down to their coach. Their coach looks worse than our coach. Caleb, I says, I hate Garnacho. People defend him because of his elite mentality. He's just crap. He's all right. He's an all right player, man. He's not crap. Like he has a finishing touch in him, but he's not crap. But I get what you mean. For the standard that we want, he's definitely not hitting the heights or the gas. He's not hitting that gas. Do you know what I mean? That we need as United team. Like the wingers have been such an issue. And honestly, if it doesn't fix up, we're a long way away from having a good attack. Like, you know what it is with me, yeah? I've come to the realization, no matter who we put against West Ham, bar Ahmad is low in confidence. So I don't really expect a great game from someone like Ahmad. Against Emerson, though, Emerson's crap. That's who's rubbish. He's no good. I would think Ahmad would have a good game against him. He usually does struggle defensively anyways. But the reason why I think like it's not even so much the midfield this year. For me, it's the wingers, right? Rashford, Garnacho, or Anthony. They're so weak and so under par. No wonder why Zirkzee can't get into the game. There's no wonder why Højlund can't get into the game because they're not providing nothing for them out wide. And it's not like these teams are sitting back against us either. And we still struggle to create enough to be put in positions where it's like this striker's had 3-4 ample opportunities to go put us ahead. Now we can really criticize him. Every time the ball goes out wide, we lose the ball. And something that West Ham have provided is they're not scared to push up and literally pressure, but they lack in positioning. And something we don't do enough, which I've seen West Ham get destroyed by, is a pass and move. How can you say Garnacho is not crap? He tried to take on his man by stranding foot into the player, chest and falling. What else do you see that decision making, Cass? Under 14s, maybe. No, I hear what you're saying, TTM, but then you're cutting out the 2 times that he did beat the guy very well, but his final ball was not great. You know what I mean? You can look at it both ways. Like I said, I don't think Garnacho is a crap player. He can be useful, but for the quality that we like and that we want at United, obviously, it's not really up to the standard whatsoever that we require. Again, there's so many different arguments you can provide for United at the moment, whereas the wide plays the midfield. The midfield doesn't allow us to control a game, to get the ball to the wingers, to let them do what else. Sorry, I'm just reading that comment. Yeah, the midfield doesn't allow us to get up the pitch enough, right? Or control a game where, the attackers have an abundance of opportunities to really get rated or create for them in positions, right? Garnacho has, luckily, out of all of them, have had that kind of more opportunity to do and showcase what he's made of. And it's not really been up to scratch either, only with his finishes and being some positions. But at the same time, the wingers aren't good enough because every time we get the ball up to their feet, other than Ahmad, who's way more press resistant than all 3 of them put together, they always lose the ball and we're always on the back foot pedaling and defending. Do you know what I mean? And it's literally 1, 2, 3, 4 passes and they're in. Garnacho will get moved by Wan-Bissaka. He's worse than Rashford at decision making. Nobody rates us. Yeah, nobody does rate us. Amad Diallo has to start a Ugarte. It makes sense to us. Yeah, but we already know what this manager's about, innit? Remember, we have to make sure as a fan base we remember key words, right? He said he put on Anthony before Ahmad because he's been working hard in training, correct? That's exactly what he said. All of a sudden, my camera looks dark. He said, remember, he's been working hard in training and he's destroying people left, right, and center in training. Amazing. Ugarte, out of all the midfielders we have, and obviously Eriksen at the moment, they were our best players. So I do wonder if he rewards Ugarte with another 90 minutes, or at least a start. Remember, because we could just use that we could literally make our own e-portfolio and then send it to Ineos. This is exactly what he said. This is what he's done, and it hasn't paid off. Because favoritism is killing us. I told us fans to not get excited about Ugarte. He's terrible in the first phase. It was all right in the first phase yesterday, though, but I saw sometimes where the passes were wayward. Has a poor tackle success rate and cannot control the game. But he's not the profile we need at all. But at the same time, we need different midfielders so that can suit him in different situations. Like in first phase, Ugarte is not washed. Let's get one thing straight. But one thing I didn't like yesterday is when he did pick up the ball, the fullbacks are so high and wide that they're impossible to get to, and the midfield runs away. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I keep saying this. We are literally the only top team that builds up with one midfielder. Ericsson sometimes drops deep, but he's required to be on the halfway line. You know, he's already there. So when we try to play 1-2s or whatever, it's impossibly crap. I just don't. The thing is, with the style of play at the moment, obviously, it's a little bit better. It's more resolute than last year, of course. We're less open, right? But what costs? Against West Ham, the same way they play, they have their two sitting midfielders. They're so far away from each other because they're trying to defend the wide areas. It kind of reminds me of Everton under Roberto Martinez when he got found out. Obviously, this Thomas Souček goes a lot further up, but that Rodriguez is like, it's like he's required to fill in that left back and right back. And Paqueta is so far up the pitch as well that they get exposed in the midfield. It kind of looks similar to United last year. The only difference is they got a quality and abundance in attack that can bail them out sometimes, but they're getting exposed how we got exposed last year. So the way I look at United, if they stay rigid, can really hit them on counters. But even the one thing that United have been praised about is the efficiency of counterattacks. Remember like Martial, Rashford, and that we would hit them on the breaks. We don't even counterattack well anymore. And that's the one thing that has been our bread and butter for how many years? Under Mourinho, under Oli. You know, in some cases, of course, under Ten Hag in his first year. Fenerbahce actually has better build-up play. And that's under Mourinho, you know. I saw it. Amrabat and build-up. This is what I mean about Amrabat and build-up. His quality. Yesterday, I don't think Amrabat was amazing. He wasn't a 10-10. Fred was shit. Let's be real. Fred was shit. But in build-up phase, they were a lot better and they were exposing us a little bit. I don't he's a compulsive liar. This manager is one of the worst liars in the world. Cass, my worries is Alvarez starts, they dominate the midfield. Yeah, maybe. I don't think he's in favor of Alvarez, though. Big up for the next super chat. Hey, my second super chat ever. Like I said, any of you that want to super chat and support me, it's a big help. So I appreciate all of you lot that do want to do that. And any memberships as well. I think they've launched. They're just support memberships in it. Also, make sure you smash the like button. There's 200 people in this house, and keep subscribing if you're new as well. Can we get this to 100 likes? Come on, if anyone's a mod in here, come on, let's push some likes. I don't think I actually have any mods in there at the moment other than Midoriya. I need some Man United mods in this bitch. Who wants to be a mod? Let me know if you want to be a mod, and I'll select a few. Sack Ten Hag and make Wayne Rooney new manager. You're taking a piss. You don't support Man United, do you? Nigerian about man said Nigerian man. Yeah, I'm not gonna say the middle part of your name. Yeah, but yeah, man, you don't support United. I need mods that are gonna be in my lives all the time. Lebo's usually in here in Southwood. I'll make him a mod as well. All right, cool. I think I've done enough. I can't even see it. All right, cool. There we go, man. There's enough mods at the moment. Until when this thing keeps going up, then we'll see about that. But yeah, United's only way of winning, in my opinion, is just exposing the wings. That's the only way to defeat West Ham. If we look back at Chelsea and Liverpool games against them, whether it's at Anfield in the cup and obviously Chelsea in the league, is that they leave their fullback so exposed when they do try to do their overloads a little bit how like we did last year. That's the only way United are going to have some relative success against West Ham. And one thing that West Ham can't handle is the cutbacks. Sounds similar, doesn't it? They get killed by that. Madueke was having so much fun. Sancho was having so much fun in the West Ham game as well. I'm just hoping we can do that against them and smash them. Like as much as it is, I don't know, man. I think Ten Hag needs to be judged on accordance of performance as well. Of course, I want to smash them. At the same time, I don't want this guy in charge, but I'd rather go for the win. And if he doesn't win, it's because they're not good enough. We're not good enough. And clearly there needs to be change. Big up Vlad as well, man. Chelsea fan, but feel for you. I'll take that, man. Take that all day long. Big up for the super chats, man. Let's be real. It's shit versus shit, but they are worse. And United are away from home, so their home shit could be better than our shit. And it's actually probably more embarrassing the fact that we lose against West Ham. You know, way more embarrassing. What's your lot's score predictions then for Sunday? I don't know who the Kudu's replacement is. 2-1 United. Are we 2-1 United as well against West Ham? 1-1, 2-1. I'm going for a draw, you know. I've changed my opinion. Probably 1-1. 2-1. Maybe, man. But yeah, I'm gonna end it there. Big up to all of you lot. I'll talk to you Sunday, I suppose. Is anyone else that's live? Who's live? Troops is live. Suppose I can just go to Troops in a bit.